Hi guys, I have been doing this for many, many years now, and I continue to be amazed at just the sheer number of incredible health transformations that I've seen. I mean, it just gets more and more just almost ridiculous, the level of disease people are recovering from by switching their diet. I mean, it's just, food is medicine. I mean, it's as simple as that. And I want to share a couple of those that I've been involved in the last couple of days. I think particularly inspiring. At the very end, I've got something I think a little fun for you guys to watch. But first one was a gal named Ira. Now she is from India, which when you think about carnivore diet, India is not the first place you think of. But surprisingly, there is a growing and actually significant number of people in India that are now adopting carnivore, low-carb, meat-based diets, and that number is growing quite rapidly. In fact, I'm aware of many people over there that are supportive of this. But Ira's story was interesting. She was I guess a bit of a media personality in India, and she started to get sick. And she'd always worked out. She'd been a vegetarian for, I think, something like 10 years. Despite growing up in a meat-eating household, she became vegetarian. And at some point during, I guess, the pandemic, she had developed sickness. Now, she did receive some of the vaccines. Whether that's related or not is hard to say. But anyway, she developed something called membranous glomerulonephritis. It's basically a kidney disease. And basically what happens is the kidneys start to shut down. And, generally, this is a progressive disease that often results in someone either having a kidney transplant or having to go on dialysis. Occasionally it will resolve, but usually not. She had developed stage 3, so quite advanced. In fact, she was told that probably within 6 months she might require a kidney transplant. She had lost all kinds of muscle, was just becoming skin and bones. Her hair was falling out. She felt like she looked like she'd aged to like the age of 70. I think she was probably in her 40s. And she was retaining lots of fluid. In fact, she's a small Indian woman, and she'd actually gained 45 pounds of water. So her legs were like literally sloshing around. And I remember she said she went to a hospital in Bangalore, and they discovered, and they did a biopsy on her kidney and said, you have this, membranous glomerulonephritis. And she was spilling all kinds of protein, 7,000 grams or milligrams of protein per deciliter per day, pretty consistent with this thing. And of course, since they didn't really have much to offer her, corticosteroids, typically, that was available. In the U.S., you might receive an immune modulating drug or immunosuppressive drug, very expensive, or perhaps there's other cytotoxic drugs like cyclosporin. Some of these anti-rejection meds are sometimes given for this, interestingly enough. But generally, the prognosis is generally not that good. It shortened life expectancy on and on. She goes carnivore, and within a few weeks, she started feeling better. Within 3 or 4 months, she had no more symptoms. At a year, she went back to the doctor, and he wrote spontaneous remission of this kidney disease, which obviously is not the common endpoint. This is almost not quite miraculous, but nearly. And of course, the doctor was not particularly curious as to why. This is the thing that always gets me. If you know, like some disease typically progresses, has a 5% spontaneous remission rate, why aren't we looking at what are the common features and factors? There's no intellectual curiosity. But anyway, that is hers. Now I want to share another one, and this is what I'll do is I'm gonna leave a little video here, and then we'll talk about it in just a second. So watch this brief little video.
Years with yo-yo dieting, binge eating, purging, and then I decided to opt for lap band surgery, and that also failed to work for me. I weighed in at around 770 pounds. I was pre-diabetic. I was diagnosed with an underactive thyroid, sleep apnea. My eyesight was deteriorating. I had no idea what my weight was on my 50th because my scale just displayed error. 22 months into the carnivore diet, and as of this morning, I'm down to 293 pounds. Everything in my life has improved. I've got my life back. There's no pain. I'm mobile. Look at everything. I can't give you any negatives about my life right now.
All right, so I mentioned Lindy before, and Lindy is from Australia, as you might have detected from her accent. And another incredible story, 800 pounds, you know, down, losing 500 pounds, or essentially 500 pounds in the course of 22 months, which is, I mean, quite incredible. The most important, and her story is wonderful, and you can find it on the Rivero YouTube channel. It's my other channel where I do long-form interviews. You know, this is well worth listening to, and I hope you go check it out. So you go to there and you can find her story. It was just published the other day. But the most impactful thing to me is she said that she finally had found the off switch, you know, and you know, for people that are food addicts, maybe they understand where that terminology or that analogy comes from. You know, she finally, for the first time, every other diet she had tried could not stop those, you know, intrusive cravings, thoughts that compelled her to eat the stuff that was obviously killing her. And she's finally been able to do that. So that's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna leave you with this little bit of fun. Let me know if you guys are interested. We'll see if we can figure out how to make a deal on this stuff. But anyway, you guys have a great day, and check this last little video out. I think you guys will laugh about it. We'll talk to you soon.
Check out this listing for a home. This is in San Jose, California. It's 6 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, 2,700 square feet. There's a swimming pool. You might say, well, it's kind of a fixer-upper. This house also includes an inactive meth lab. That's right. The listing says the home has an inactive meth lab and meth contamination, and it will be transferred to the new owner in the current condition. The list price for this home, more than $1.5 million. The home's previous owner was arrested and indicted for blowing up Pacific Gas and Electric transformers. Check